Chef Mommy in the house. Chef Mommy in the house. Chef Mommy in the house. She's the Chef Mommy.
Hey guys, it's me, Heather Martin, Chef Mommy, and I am here today with one of my buddies, my friend. Her name is Dawn. Dawn South. And we met each other, how long has it been?
Over 2 years?
Yep.
Over 2 years?
About 2 years ago here through Culture City. Dawn and I, if you can see how in shape Dawn is, and if you notice, like, I felt the need to go buy something new because Dawn is always in the cutest workout clothes. But today we're just gonna have some fun and hang out and talk about fitness.
Yes.
And we're gonna talk about autism.
Yes.
Because we're both autism moms.
Very much so.
And we're going to just have a good time together. But today, Dawn, I need some help with my fitness.
I'm going to help you with some functional fitness, and I'm going to show you some things that we can do with dumbbells. Most people have dumbbells at home, and you can go light or you can go heavy, but I'm going to make you not be afraid of a little bit of a heavier dumbbell.
Oh God, I'm nervous. When I watch Dawn's videos on Instagram, like, she is lifting like insane amounts of weight.
Well, that's the Olympic lifting, and with barbells, so that can be a little intimidating walking into it. So we're starting with dumbbells, and eventually I'm going to get you into the gym, and
Yes.
we're going to get you with the barbell in your hand,
I need to.
and you're going to be empowered.
Yes, I want to be empowered out. So, special edition today with my friend Dawn South. And also, I want to mention that Dawn has an incredible blog that I absolutely love, and we'll talk about more later. But can you tell them what it is right now, just in case?
It's something that I started a few years ago. My oldest son has autism, and it's kind of just a blog that documents our journeys and the things that I've learned along the way. He's 21, so I have a few years under my belt with it, and kind of write about things that I wish I had known when he first was diagnosed. And hopefully, he's very inspiring, not me, my son, and hopefully he can shine some light for some other
You're
parents out
very
there.
inspiring too. She really is, guys. So stay tuned with us, and we are not going to the kitchen yet. We're about to lift some weights. Woohoo!
You're gonna do great. You're gonna do great.
All right. I can do this.
Okay.
Okay.
You're going to. All right. So you're gonna do a clean and press.
Okay.
So it's just gonna be hanging. It's gonna be hanging from your arm, and you're gonna stand up to your shoulder, and then press up. Okay. And then come back down.
Oh my gosh.
And then again up, and then press up. Good.
Oh,
Okay. All right. So.
I think my arm just fell off. Okay.
You're going to do 9 burpees.
9 burpees.
And 9 clean and presses. And you can alternate. You can do 5 on one side, 4 on one side.
Okay.
However you want to do it.
9 burpees and then 9 clean and press.
Yep. And I'm going to coach
Oh my gosh, and I'm by myself. Okay, here I go, y'all. Cheer me on.
All right. Down. All right. That's 2.
Dawn.
Come on. You're going to grip. Like 3.
3.
Down and up. That's 4. This right here is usually what I train with. It's 35.
Whoa.
Okay. So I can do front squats with it, presses. I'll back up a little bit. You might want to do, like, you start at the bottom and do snatches. I didn't bring 2 of them, but you can hold it here and do goblet squats.
Oh my goodness.
This is in a goblet squat. You imagine it's a goblet. My cue is don't spill the drink.
Okay.
Don't do this. Okay?
Okay.
Here.
Oh, are you serious?
Yeah.
Y'all, I'm scared. Hold on. Oh, what do I do?
All right,
Squat
You're
down.
gonna squat and keep it up in your chest. Good. Stand up. Do one more. All right. Now set it down easily.
Great,
You're
Dawn.
sweating. You're like.
I am drenched. It is like 1,000,000 degrees out here, but this really got my heart
Yeah.
going.
You can do all, and I mean, you can check CrossFit.com. They have all kinds of workouts there. There's so much information on so many different workouts that are free if you want to do that. But most people have either a kettlebell or a dumbbell, which is why I brought these today.
So that is awesome, guys. Ladies, gentlemen, whoever, Dawn just made it pretty easy for us, which I think, though, I'm just going to go see Dawn. I've been saying it for 2 years now.
Yeah, you need to consider.
Yes, I want to
fun.
be able to, you know, grow old gracefully and not to be able to be bent over. And I hear that weightlifting helps us.
It makes your bones stronger, which
Yeah.
fights against osteoporosis.
See, and that is running
So-
my family a little bit. So
People are always like, I just want to be toned. And honestly, there's no such thing as tone. What that is you're getting leaner and the muscles that you have begin to show. Like
Wow.
everybody has abs.
okay,
You just may not be able to see them yet.
yes,
So that's what it is. Now, on the CrossFit Games, which is what makes everything so famous, you know, I hear I don't want to be bulky. Those ladies that are at the games have been training 7 days a week,
oh wow,
5-6 times a day. That's their job.
Yeah.
So they have to put in that kind of work. I've been doing CrossFit for almost 9 years,
wow,
and I don't look anything
and
like
you
that.
don't. You look great.
So
Yeah.
I just don't want anybody to be afraid of being bulky. Because
Yes.
you can't be bulky.
Awesome. Well, thanks. I think now we need to, I mean, even though I didn't get a full workout, but I'm sweating like I did. And so now we're going to go into the kitchen like we promised, and we're going to...
Air conditioning.
Yes. And so I had on hand some apples. So I kind of like sliced them up like this, and you can make them smaller, probably bite size if you want to. And I have some spinach, and I have some baby arugula. And so we're just gonna kind of make what we like, and Dawn, you can.
We're just gonna go. Again, I like to eyeball things, but this is just stuff she had. So this is a great. Just throw in a salad together. So we're gonna. I'll take off a couple of those stems. But even if like she eats,
Yeah, I eat the stems.
I do too. So my husband picks them off. So I'm doing it. So you can do it with or without.
Yes.
But I come into my kitchen, I can tell I've got my 15-year-old eating this, and I can tell he's made a smoothie because there'll be stems all over my kitchen.
Wow.
So I guess there are worse problems.
Anything about Dawn? So I told you guys we met about 2 years ago with Culture City. And I mean, you know a lot about her now because you've seen her outside kicking my butt. And with all the health and nutritional information about exercising. Dawn is a coach at CrossFit, and she is awesome. And I have to show you guys, I will insert right here her lifting like what, 1,000,000 pounds? In her garage. I have to show y'all all the videos. But she's like a kick butt mama in so many ways. And I was just telling her this subject is pretty sensitive for me because I have 4 kids, and I always talk about food allergies with you guys, with Chef Mommy, but I never talk about autism. And autism, I don't want to cry. I'm not gonna cry. Dawn, I love Dawn so much because when we were, and I told you it's hard for me.
It's okay.
God always brings you the right people at the right time for the things that you need the most. And I'm a crybaby, so I'm gonna try and get it together because if not, my eyelashes will come off. So Culture City is an amazing organization that was started here.
About 5 years ago?
Yeah, not long ago. And we moved here about 7 years ago. And when we got here, I had an 8-month-old, and that was Clark, and I had 2 older kids, and then we had a surprise later with another baby. But my 8-month-old Clark, he was pretty, you know, he met all of his milestones. He was normal, as they say, and not until he started walking when we got here is when I realized that something was different. He would like flush the toilets, anything with water, he wanted to be in it constantly. And so nothing that I did would deter him from getting in a toilet.
Right.
And just a little bit of aggression he showed with his sister, or if you took him away from what he wanted to do, he would beat you up. But he spoke on time, he did everything else on time, he just could not. I realized, like, I'm an educator, I went to school with, you know, my degrees are in teaching, so I could recognize that something was, and as a mom, you don't need to have a degree as a mom.
Right.
You know when something's wrong with your kid. And so for me, I knew, okay, something's wrong and this is not normal. He would have to hold paper in his hand and like he would wipe his mouth until it literally bled, and he was little. And then it was cute though, because sometimes he would clean up. He would clean up. I thought, oh, maybe it was just because he saw me cleaning the kitchen and doing, you know, but he would clean and things would just have to be so. And I thought, man, this kid's really gonna be somebody special, and he really is. But later on we had him you know, looked at, and he tested, and he was diagnosed with autism, and it still is a very tough thing to deal with and to talk about and all of that. And so I am not going to talk as much. I'm going to let Dawn talk, so I got introduced to Culture City, and we ran this incredible New York City marathon together.
One time.
Yes, one time. Maybe we'll do it again, Dawn. I need redemption, because it was so bad for me the time. But Dawn, I have to tell you that you are an amazing person. Aww. Every Sunday we would run together on our long runs, and people talk, and sometimes they don't know just how much it touched you.
Oh wow, I didn't know.
And you encourage me every week, because Dawn has a son too with autism, and she has 3 boys. We both have that in common. We both have 3 boys. And I just knew, seeing somebody like you and as positive as you are, that if you could make it, then perhaps I could too.
Well, I mean, he's 21, so I've been where you are and have made it through. And I can look back on it, and that's why I started my blog, is I look back on and I'm like, what would I want to know when Tyler was 6? And one of the things that we were talking about earlier was behavior issues, and Taylor was late in talking. That was our indication that something was wrong. He hit all my milestones, but the talking was long coming. And he was adorable. He was beautiful. He knew how to charm those teachers. The first day at school, my husband called me and he's like, okay, so this was ridiculous. It took us 10 minutes to get to this class because every lady teacher he stopped and hugged.
Oh, wow.
And they're like, oh, isn't he the cutest? I'm like, okay, he's ready to work already. So he knows how to do that. But because he was so cute, the little girls wanted to be mommies because he wasn't talking, so he seemed so much younger.
Yeah.
But sometimes it was too much and he bit. I mean,
wow.
He had been in, we found the Eclipse program, which is an early intervention program, when he was 3. So before he turned 3, he had already been in 3 daycares because he'd been kicked out.
Oh man.
Because of the biting, and how do you discipline an 18-month-old for biting? So it was very frustrating, and I cried many nights. And it was kindergarten, and there was this one particular little girl that she wasn't getting it. She tried to just mom him to death, and when he would just bite her, and one night, or one afternoon, the principal called us, like, this mom is mad. They're worried, what if he's sick, and he's biting her, and now she gets sick, and it was like, all right, we gotta do something. And Taylor has an incredible memory, and even then, like, my mother-in-law lived like maybe 2 blocks down, and he would wander. And I watched him wander, and he didn't know I was behind him, but I'm like,
wow.
I want to see where this kid goes. And he watched his feet. He walked to her house.
Wow.
And so we had been there, she just moved there. So we'd only been there twice, and he already knew how to get to her house. So I knew he remembered stuff. So I was going with that. So I'm talking to the principal, and I said, put him on the phone. I said, I know he's not going to say anything, he can hear me.
Right.
So she puts him on the phone, and I told Taylor, I said, when you get home, you're going to be in trouble because we don't bite, and I went through the whole mom thing, and I told him, you know, I mean, I gave him a consequence, and we had him spanking spoon, and it had a little sad face on it. Because and a little teardrop because we didn't want to think that it was enjoying. It's like when this is sad. So and he got spanked on his. I mean, I didn't know what else to do. I mean, I had moms calling me. We had to do something, and it was a consequence. And my husband at the time, he's like, "Is he going to remember that you just talked to him by the time we pick him up? I mean, because it's going to be hours from when this happened." And I was like, "If he can remember how to get to his grandmother's house, he can remember that I just talked to him on the telephone."
Right.
And sure, and we pick him up, and it's very hard because he's in such a good mood. He's so happy to see mom, and I'm like, "I love you so much," but guess what? We got a problem. And it never happened again.
Wow. He got it.
He got it. So that was my learning moment that he needs a consequence. So if X happens, because he was stubborn. You know what I mean? Like, how do I, and I was so, like, are you getting what I'm saying?
Right.
You know? But an action, you
Yes.
know? If you don't do this, then this isn't going to happen. And I had to stick to it because that was the only thing that was going to work because they can't discipline your kids.
Right.
And, I mean, he needed to understand. And for him, it was computers at the time. Computers were huge for him.
Wow.
He would, I mean, I have pictures of him when he was 5, like asleep, where he'd be sitting there playing on the computer, and he would not be able to do that. But in order to drive it home, this sounds really mean, I would be on my computer.
Oh,
Okay,
so he got it.
so also it was like, I'm not punishing me. You're the one that's in trouble.
Right.
And really, that's
It worked for Taylor.
It's not, this may not be what works for you. I mean, you're going to have to find something that's going to work for Clark, but it's a way for you to take back control.
Yeah.
You know, and it's when you talk about, you know, I think maybe you just said something about authority. Taylor in 4th grade, I told his teacher because she called and said he told me that I needed to stop talking.
They say whatever's on their mind.
And I said, "Miss George," I said, "do you know how many years we've waited for him to tell you to stop talking? I mean, I cannot be like, oh my gosh, this is amazing." I was like, we just spent kindergarten through 3rd grade going, use your words.
Yes.
Use your words.
Yes.
Don't fight. And he's finally able to do that.
He said, "Shut up."
And he's like, "You need to stop talking." So, but then now we have to teach him, okay, what is respect?
What is appropriate?
What is and I told her, I was like, I don't know that he'll ever understand this part because he doesn't understand why he can tell his brother to stop talking, but he can't tell you.
Right.
I mean, that is a social skill.
Right.
That is not a smart skill. That is not a speech skill. That is social. Even from the south to the north,
Right.
we say yes, ma'am, no, sir. They don't.
Right.
I mean, in front of my officials, like, you say that, you're gonna offend somebody.
Yes.
Because they think that you're either being ugly or you're calling them old.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a social thing.
Yeah.
So what we did, and I'll kind of stop here, but because I have all this stuff. Well, not all of it, but I have lots of stuff on my blog about this kind of
It
thing.
is amazing.
But
your blog is amazing.
Thank you. But I told his teacher, because the funny thing is that she was laughing when she told me this, that he did it, but of course, in front of him, you can't do that. But we had a Post-it note, and we put it on his desk, and it had like, if Miss George is talking too much, I can say this. I said, don't tell him what he can't do. Tell him what he can do. Give him an option. Because, like I said, we spent so long.
That is an aha moment for me at this very moment.
An option.
Give them an option.
Yeah. So if you tell them they can't do something, then okay,
What can I do?
So
Hey, that works for autism or no autism. And see, this is why I love her. We forgot completely about the salad as I stand here crying. But I had to tell you guys, I wanted to talk about it. And if anybody has any questions about...
yeah, you can message me on my blog. there's a contact information there, and I'd be happy to answer anything.
And I'll make sure that I put all of information at the bottom of, so look here on the bottom of the screen. I'm going to give you all of Dawn's information. So if you have somebody who you're struggling with a kid that has autism, and for me, I am. And so it's baby steps of learning how to do better. Everybody needs a friend like Dawn, a fitness coach, and somebody who's just a life, who can tell you you're gonna make it, you're gonna be okay. So I want to tell you guys the same thing. You're gonna make it, you're gonna be okay. And if you need any kind of help, look at Dawn's blog, and also check out www.culturecity.com, and I'll put that. Is it .com? I could be saying stuff all wrong.
I think it's .com.
But they're doing amazing things all over the country to help people with autism and people with special needs in general.
And their mission is not to make an awareness, but an acceptance.
Yes.
To make things, accessible and to give people knowledge.
Yes. Yep. I'm always trying to. Experience just makes you a different person. It will take away your criticisms. It will take away any prejudices you have because you have been through it. And so that's the reason why I do Chef Mommy. I just want the world to be more aware and more sensitive. If we can all love each other more and bear each other's burdens a little bit better, that's what it's all about. Just understanding that we're all different, and that when we help each other out by understanding, by being educated about what somebody else is going through, and not just looking at a kid who's in the grocery store or at church, in my instance, who is going crazy, and before I have judged a parent like, oh, she just needs to give him a whipping, or she just needs to do blah, blah, blah. No, it's not that simple, and it's not that easy. So once you take the time to learn about, life, and then just different disabilities, different people, then you'll understand, and maybe we just deal with each other with a little bit more compassion. Yes, never judge. It's true. I have learned over and over again, but now it's real to me. So we're gonna make this salad, and we have talked about everything but food today, but sometimes it's like that. That's what I needed, and we needed.
Yes.
Somebody out there needed this too. So I marinated some really super firm tofu because Dawn has never had tofu. So this is about to be a first for her. And I told her she could be honest. I mean, you either, some people don't like it, but this is pretty firm, Dawn.
Okay.
I marinated it so it can have, tofu kind of like takes on the taste of whatever you put it in.
Tell me what tofu it is.
So tofu is soybeans.
Okay.
And so this is plants. We're about to eat some plants that looks like meat.
Okay.
That's what tofu is. I feel like maybe I didn't give a good explanation of that. Don't kill me out there for all the tofu experts.
It works for me.
Yes, but yeah, it's a plant, and it's a soybean plant. So we're gonna eat that in place of. I asked on what she, a salad, and she was like, "Yes, I do grilled chicken salad." I was like, "Can we do grilled tofu?" She was like, "Yes."
We're just gonna throw that in. Do you want me to slice like that? Or you can dice
we can make it smaller, but that's good.
It
Yeah,
does work. And then this is just one orange.
One more?
Yep.
Do another one.
Wash on this. She's cutting up
Some avocado. Yummy.
And then she's also made some onions. So this is our carbs, and then the avocado is our fat.
This is really pretty, Dawn. It looks like the rainbow. And usually I make a salad dressing from like lemon, and you can make a salad dressing from really anything you have on hand, like olive oil or just depends on what you like, lemon juice, lime juice. But today I thought it would be really helpful because we all have a favorite go-to salad dressing. But the key is, don't put too much of it, right?
You can add a lot of sugar by just your dressings. So that only has 1 gram of fat.
1 gram. Oh, so that's good, right?
Yeah. As far
Okay.
as your sugars.
And
it
then-
has all the fat.
Whoa.
So that's the difference.
Okay.
So if you're using that, then you wouldn't add avocado.
Okay. All right. That's really good information, guys. My kids love this Daya blue cheese dressing. I mean, they're really, really good to have stuff if you're, like my kids have dairy allergy.
Right.
So they have to eat something that doesn't have it.
And this right here, I like, this doesn't have the high fructose corn syrup, but I like the sweeter,
Okay.
especially if you're doing fruit.
Yes.
But because you have fruit in there, you've got enough sweet, so you don't need a ton of this.
Right. To let everybody see Dawn try tofu for the first time. So do you want to try it by itself, or you want to try it with a bite of salad?
I'll try it by itself.
Okay. Here goes nothing. I'm nervous for you. Let me just bite it. I'm not gonna bite it. I just gonna take away from you.
That's not bad.
Not bad, right?
That's not bad at all.
Woo! Yay! We got somebody eating it. It's not terrible, right?
No.
Good. So would you maybe replace this for chicken once in a while? Yes. So that's awesome. You're not lying, right?
No, I'm not lying.
Okay. She would not lie. No. Hilarious. So this is a beautiful salad, and it's gonna taste great with some tofu on top. And it's simple. You can make a salad almost out of anything, but now having the education that you have told us, and some of you might be like, I already know that. Well, you got it again today. And it's always good to know what you're eating. Dawn, thank you so much.
I loved it.
Yes, this is awesome. You're great. I love what you're doing, and I just love you. So we hope to see you again on Chef Mommy, and hopefully we can show guys. I'm really gonna go and let you train me. I promise I'm gonna do it, and then I'll show you guys what my results are. And I said it on camera, so there you have it, guys. Be encouraged, and make sure you like this video, subscribe, share it with everybody that you know, and make sure you check out Dawn's blog, and we'll see you again. Bye.